Okay, I'm going to read you a piece of a scene, potentially controversial. Uh, it's a scene where Cassidy is coming to her to do her job that she does on Sunday mornings at her church, and she arrives early. All right. The pastor thought he was alone in the lobby of the church. He was crying into his hands as he sat on an ornate yet ugly green sofa when Cassidy stumbled into his private and strange scene. She stared at the sofa to keep her eyes from meeting his. It looked to be something from the 1920s, something not designed for a butt to sit upon, but only to gawk at while drinking an afternoon tea and to say, "Oh, Helen, this is divine." All other mornings at the end of her shift, when home alone in her seaside rental, she'd remove her watch. It was a gift from her old boss, a hand-me-down. It wasn't fancy, you see. It was wide-banded and had a coloration of an army jeep, olive, drab, government issue. And when removed, it exposed the scar. Then, each time, as she placed it onto her dresser, onto the same worn-out spot, she was reminded of how she'd been blessed by the pastor's kind and incorruptible Christ-like love. The old man had a permanent place in Cassidy's heart. Although they knew one another for all of Cassidy's life, their relationship truly began at a point in time that he'd stayed with her as she was held up in a hospital room. She was a teenager then. Somebody had called 911. Most assumed it was Nora, but she never confirmed it or denied it. The little red-headed girl was alone, really. Her mother was there, but not there. Nora had turned hyper-religious and lived a life filled with hypocrisy, with heavy drinking, with extreme cursing, and expressed a blatant hatred for anyone not attending her church, Oceanside Baptist. Cassidy had never heard it uttered, but she surmised on her own that what kept that cult together was the common worship of Calvin's doctrine. This little girl had determined already, as an early teen, that if their doctrine was right, ironically, that their misrepresentation of Christ was part of the complicated system of God's will, that their damnation was predetermined before the laying of the foundation of the world, that even the way Nora rejected her own daughter was by an already written design.